Tell me something that you've learned about yourself or about the world.
I think I've learned a lot this year about myself. I'm always trying to learn new things about myself and put myself in uncomfortable situations just to learn that. I think this year it's a little less like learning than I feel like a lot of things have come to roost this year for me. Like I think the thing I've really accepted more about myself is that I have the power to inspire and enable people, which is something I've tried to lean into a little bit, and I feel like this year I've really leaned into it more.
Okay. Tell me something that you've learned about the world or about yourself or anything.
Ooh. I've learned that people are great, and the more you put yourself out there, the more love you receive, and it's really important just to get out into the world and be part of it.
So I have learned that I actually like watercolors, which I didn't think I would because I've always been an oil painter for a really long time, and I've learned to just kind of let go of the style and the technique that I've been used to and just try something new and know that it's going to look completely different and be a completely different thing. Is that okay?
Well, I've learned if you're committed to something, like I'm committed to my art making practice, be consistent. Don't do it because you have a feeling one day and the next day you're not inspired. Just be consistent. Do it because that's your vision. Manifest it.
I've recently learned, due to temporary deafness, due to an illness, just what it's like to hear only the vibration, or only feel the vibrations in your head and not the sound when you try to talk. But I also have learned that I can still, with left ear still plugged, with the right ear, I can still separate out the different instruments, and I was able to do this sound, and nobody threw rotten tomatoes or anything at me tonight. And as long as everybody's to my right side, I can still do the harmonica.
Hi, Eleanor.
Hi.
Tell me about something that you've learned either about yourself or about the world.
אז למדתי בשאלה הזאת שאתה שואל, שאני יכולה לקחת כל דבר שהוא רע והוא לא טוב והוא שלילי ולהפוך אותו לחיובי דרך האומנות שלי.
One thing in 3 seconds?
Not the most important thing.
Oh,
It doesn't have to
well, the latest lesson that I learned from being here and being around, that people can get very greedy. And it's just not good. Where it all goes wrong, to greediness, taking everything from everybody. That's it.
Yeah, sure. I can tell you something I've learned about myself. I am no longer 25 years old. And what that means is that I will put out an agenda for the day of tasks and jobs and things to get done and planned and executed and so forth. And by about, say 1 o'clock p.m., I'm saying, okay, got the first 2 things off the list. Let's go have a nap. And that's it.
Okay, Londo.
Yeah.
Tell me about something that you've learned about yourself, about life, about anything.
That a toaster toasts both sides of the bread at once.
All people are unequal parts fun and funny. I'm a 80-20. I am 80% funny and 20% fun, and that may be stretching it a bit. You may not find me funny, but I can assure you that my funniness factor far exceeds my fun factor.
Ava, tell me about something that you've learned about yourself or about the world.
I think something that I've learned is that nobody thinks about you as much as you think they do, and that everybody worries about their own problems and not about you and that embarrassing thing you did last Friday.
Oh my gosh, I have learned that it is just way safer to be brave and to put yourself out there than to worry about what the world is going to think of you. You've just got to go for it with what's in your heart, put it out there, and the world will respond.
I think I learn something every minute, really, and forget it. But this year I learned that no matter what, you die in your own arms, I think. It sounds like it's going to be rough, but you just gotta, that's all you got. You got you. But it's not true, of course. I also learned you got a million other people that help you in every microscopic way. So, I don't know. I learned it's pretty much fun. That's all you got. Fun is all you got. That's what I've learned.
Karen, tell me about something that you've learned, either about yourself or about the world.
When? Recently? Learned about myself or about the world. I've learned about myself that I am more apt to try things that I'm not comfortable with if I'm forced into it. That didn't sound good. Can we start over?
That's a tough one. A lot. Well, I can say that I have very low expectations and high aspirations. And if I had to say I learned something, I would say I've learned to fully embrace and enjoy the journey. That makes all the travels all the fun.
Kara, tell me about something that you've learned, either about yourself or about the world.
That there is no finish line for life. It's not a race. You get to where you need to be when you need to be there.
I've learned it's important to put on your own gas mask before you can help somebody else. I've learned this the hard way the past couple years, taking care of my little kids and just recognizing that I need to nourish myself before I can fully be present with them.
About the world. It is, it's absolutely beautiful and depressingly sad at the same time. And I struggle with that. It informs a lot of my media, whether it's songwriting or filmmaking. But I love it. I love the world. I love living in it. But I'm also, it bums me out often. So, a bit of a duality there.
There is so much beauty in the world that we miss on a daily basis. And so the hardest thing that I've had to learn is to actually open my eyes and look and see what's around me. And American Beauty had that whole wonderful scene with the paper, the plastic trash bag, talking about there's so much beauty in the world, and it's really true. And if you just take a moment, you can be completely blown away every single second of the day.
Howard, tell me something that you've learned, either about yourself or about the world.
Very recently I learned that my printer works much better if there's paper in the tray.
Well, I have learned that kindness is the greatest thing, and every day I try to do something really kind.
Oh my goodness. Something I've learned about myself, and that's like not, that's not what you want right now. See, because there is something in my head, but I can't think of it because I feel on the spot. What is it? Trying to not be focused on this camera. Gosh, I feel like I have to think about it. Okay. Well, I think I've learned not to stand in my own way is the main thing. I just stood in my own way that whole time, but I recognized it as standing in my way and named it, because that's actually the thing. That's the thing that I'm working on and learning, is not to stand in my own way. That's it.
something that's been on my mind a lot recently is just the phrase "God's gifts multiply," and to me, that's referring to nature, thinking about how plants, how animals, they continually multiply and expand, and they're just it's all a gift for us.
Something I've learned is that everything is a reflection. Everything outside of you is a reflection of what's inside of you. And the way that you think about things changes the way that you feel about things.
Odelia, tell me about something that you've learned about yourself or about the world.
Something I've learned about myself and about the world is genuinely how truly resilient my spirit is.
What I've learned is something that my dad tells me all the time, or told me when he was here, is that we don't know nothing. And the idea behind we don't know nothing is not that we're devoid of intelligence, but it seems as though there are a lot of experts in this world that would claim to know a lot of things. But when we peel back the onion, we don't really know as much as we think we know. So it's better to listen with both ears and to speak with one mouth, thinking that you know it all. You can learn from everybody. And that's it.
Michael, tell me about something you've learned about yourself or about the world.
What I've learned about myself is to try to be more understanding and patient as I've gotten older, and that even with all the calamity and strife going on now, there's still a lot of good people in the world.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, the first thing that came to my head is something that I've learned about myself is how my brain works, and I'm still learning, but I say this because I've only found out in recent years that I have ADHD, and the way my brain works is not always from A to B, and learning that has helped me immensely in how to get from A to B.
Okay, tell me about something that you've learned, either about yourself or about the world.
Ooh, this is tough. Okay, I have learned that there are a variety of opinions, and some people can coexist together with those varieties of opinions, and some people can't. And I have learned that I am working on coexisting with people that have different opinions than I do.
Joe, tell me about something that you've learned about yourself or about the world.
That I know very little.
That I am taller than most people that I know.
I'm fiercely loyal, and that scares people.
Riley, tell me about something that you've learned about yourself or about the world.
It's just about always better to tell the difficult truth than to do the pussyfooting around and the white lies and all that stuff.
Improv has helped me find who I am, and I am an amazing person.
There's always more to learn.
Wayne, tell me about something that you've learned, either about yourself or about the world.
What I've learned about myself and maybe the world is don't take anything for granted. Don't take life is precious. Remember, a smile and a kind word goes a long way, and try to live every day and be in the moment.
Failure is another word for growing.
I would say it's okay to try as many times as necessary till you learn something about yourself.
I've learned about the value of saying no, because in order to make art, you have to protect that time. And even if a good opportunity comes along, sometimes you have to say no.
All right, what I learned is that as long as you are creating something every day,
It's okay to get distracted with other projects. I did. I started sewing when I was supposed to be learning how to draw. So, but I still made something, and I feel like that's what matters, is that you make something every day.
Amanda, tell me about something that you've learned about yourself or about the world.
In general? I really hate when people talk in movie theaters.
What I learned about people is they are nicer than you think and better than you think. And when the world seems terrible, to just look for the people that are helping and working together and doing the right thing instead of concentrating on all the people that are doing the wrong thing. That's it.
Atavia.
Yes.
Tell me something that you've learned about yourself, about the world, about art, about anything.
Wow, that's like a great question. I learned something about like me more after I moved here to upstate New York, that I can do more than what I think I could, and that one is exploring art. So for me, so I'm grateful for that.
Oh my god, that's a hard question.
I've learned that I like people in just a certain dosage.
Wait, I need to think about this. Are you still filming? I've learned that I'm really bad at making executive decisions and coming up with answers to questions like that. That's why I have him.
It's a really good question. It's such a good question. I really want to think about it and give it like a wise answer, because there's so many things. I think the thing I've probably learned the most is that people are phenomenally resilient and we really can endure, but it takes the support of each other, and that alone you can't, but with each other you can. That was probably 10 seconds, right?
Oh wow. Something that I have learned about myself is that I and the world could use a little more grace.
Okay. I have learned that I am far stronger than I ever thought I was, and all I have to do is keep visualizing, and I'll get there.
What I've learned so far coming to this planet is that I deserve focus. And that, what I mean by that is that when I start to work, it's going to take me at least 20 minutes to focus on something. And I just have to allow myself those 20 minutes to push away everything else in the world away, and then I'm ready to work.
Jim, tell me about something that you've learned either about yourself or about the world.
Wow. The older I get, the more I realize life doesn't end just because you got old. You can keep doing stuff.
Not much. I'm losing my memory, so I don't have much. It really bothers me too, because I always prided myself on memorizing songs, and not getting any better. Getting old is what it is, but I looked at it one way. Either you get old or you don't.
Emily,
Correct.
tell me about something that you've learned either about yourself or about the world.
Ooh, something I've learned about myself is that I operate like 15 minutes behind everyone else.
Music is a universal language, and it brings people together. And sometimes music says things that words can't. So I continue believing in that, and I try and share it with as many people as I can.
About myself or the world, that kindness matters, and that the love that you give yourself often overflows into the world, and that love is the greatest power of them all.
Tom, Tell me about something that you've learned about yourself or about the world.
I've learned that I can't change the world and the world can't change me.
Because there's a certain amount of cleared out area right now.
That's a real good question. I've learned that the world is small. I've learned I've learned there's no strangers. A stranger's a friend you haven't met yet. So it's good to talk to people.